Within the oil and gas sector, we have a wealth of experience in supporting offshore assets where safety and operational efficiency are paramount. As well as being highly skilled and experienced across a range of disciplines, personnel understand the challenges of operating in a multi-stakeholder environment and how to bring things together through careful planning and coordination of resources. This often involves the use of control tower methodologies and technology designed to provide end-to-end visibility of the supply chain. Now, are these skills and systems transferable? Without a doubt. I strongly believe that we would do well to take advantage of decades of experience and the tried and tested ways of doing things, whilst embracing fresh thinking to further optimise and fine-tune where possible. This is really familiar territory for oil and gas professionals. Understandably, there is a real buzz and excitement around wind energy at this time, especially offshore wind, but we are also starting to see notable developments around hydrogen and carbon capture and storage. For example, in the UK we have HyNet in the northwest of England and the East Coast Cluster in the east of England. These are important projects that will not only help to deliver the UK's net zero ambitions, but they will create jobs and opportunity for the local and extended supply chains. Other forms of renewable energy are also gaining momentum. Solar, tidal and biomass, for example, are all part of what is becoming a very compelling renewable energy mix. Now, whilst there is still a lot to be done here in the UK and globally if we are to meet our net zero ambitions, I personally take encouragement from these developments. As I mentioned before, we have a very credible oil and gas workforce to transition into what is rightly being labelled as a green revolution. It's just a good fit. Now, I'm not one for reciting facts and figures, but there is definitely one that is relevant to this question. Across the UK, we currently have a 58 gigawatt pipeline of offshore wind projects to develop, which is huge when you consider the current installed offshore wind capacity of around 10 gigawatts. And on the back of the recent Scotwind announcement, Scotland is now a premier offshore wind market based on future project construction and related supply chain opportunities. The same can be said for England and Wales, of course, where we see an ongoing drive to build on the success of existing offshore wind farms. Now, in addition to being important developments for our energy transition, we can see that our ports and associated infrastructure will undergo a period of change and investment to get ready for the opportunities that lie ahead. In relation to offshore wind, coordination of the supply chain will be required to deliver at scale. This includes securing port infrastructure for the manufacture and assembly or marshalling of wind components, investing in O&M centres of excellence, and ensuring that marine and other logistics stakeholders are aligned to help deliver projects on time and within budget. Collaboration is key. We are already seeing some regional ports benefiting from these initiatives, which is great for the local communities. And we're also seeing the infrastructure at various ports being upgraded to meet the new demands of floating wind, which in itself is a fantastic development. But of course there is more to be done, especially on the back of the recent Scotwind announcement. Today, Scotland has an installed offshore wind capacity of 1 gigawatt. Following the recent Scotwind announcement and that of earlier leasing rounds, the pipeline of offshore wind projects in Scotland is now 31 gigawatts. Now, that in itself is significant, but the real standout factor for me is that floating wind will become a major part of Scotland's total offshore wind capacity going forward. Now, this is an exciting development that offers the cost benefits of quayside installation, and it also allows developers to harvest the best wind resources around Scotland. And as we know, Scotland is rarely short of wind.